A people that take pride in the number of animals they own. Just like any other pastoralist community, the livestock are a reflection of their wealth. A spot check of Turkana West sub-county and the scorching sun, dry cracked ground, dry shrubs, scarce vegetation, all telling a tale brought by what is being described as the worst drought to hit the country since 2011. Further on into Nanam ward, and the effects of drought are evident all over the bare ground. Carcasses of sheep and goats are show of the extent the drought has devastated this region. A drive deeper into the heart of Nanam, and we come across even more evidence of the drought. The herdsmen on this route tell us these carcasses are just a few of the many that litter their path as they move around in search of pasture and water. In Nanam, really hard hit by the drought. All around you can see herders and their animals in search of pasture. But for those that are weak, like this one, they're left to their fate. In one of the villages in Nanam, we meet Mzee Ekaru Loli. He is the owner of the 2 calves left behind. Unfortunately, his misfortune does not end there. The drought has also robbed him of more animals. Mzee Karu is the head of an adakar, a group of families that migrate together, and the place he calls home now, being here for less than a month, also bears footprints of the drought. He tells us some of his animals are at a nearby borehole, whilst those that are too weak wait for his wives to get back with some water if they are lucky. Mzee Karu's adakar has been on the move for 4 months now, and in all that time the skies have been relentless and unforgiving. This has cost him all his 10 cows. The weak animals amongst the remaining ones now serve as the only source of food for him and his family. We leave Mzee Ekaru pondering on his next move and go on in search of the watering point his wives went to. Tasked with the responsibility of running a household in the Turkana culture, it is inevitable that the burden of finding this elusive liquid gold falls squarely on the woman. Finally, we come across the only borehole left with water in Nanam ward. The noise, an indication that the fight for survival for both man and animal is on. Cows, sheep, goats, donkeys, and human beings all waiting their turn to partake of the thirst-quenching liquid. Here, the men are tasked with keeping order whilst the women fetch the water. The young ones are also not left behind. A closer look reveals it takes muscle and skill to walk away with a scarce commodity. The borehole is powered by solar panels and only flows between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m.
Tuona hii mali siku tatu wakisimama hapa bila kupata maji, ndio unaona watu wanang'ana na hii maji. Na sisi msaada yetu tujue serikali wetu hako wapi ambao angepaa kukuja kutusaidia. Na sisi tumeumia na maji iko hapa Lotikipi, mali naitwa Lotikipi. Kuna maji mengi ambao anaweza kusabu Kenya kwa miaka 70.
In February 2015, the government announced that the first tests of water from the Lotikipi aquifer found the water too salty and it would need to be desalinated to be fit for human consumption. A theory the residents here object to.
Maneno ya chumvi kwetu ni kitu kidogo sana, kwa sababu ile maji tunatumia hapa kuanzia sehemu ya Lokitang mpaka mahali sasa inaitwa Lokonamuru. Kuna soma hapa ambayo maji yake ni salty kabisa, ambayo sasa tumetumia tangu hata na babu wetu wametumia mpaka sasa hiyo, na baba zetu wametumia mpaka sasa sisi tumetumia na tuko hatuoni shida yoyote.
The discovery of the Lotikipi Basin aquifer, the largest in the country, was expected to alleviate the suffering of this pastoralist community who have had to bear the brunt of many droughts over the years. With 4 years gone and the community suffering in its vicinity, we sought answers from the county government.
2014 or 13, there was a permanent secretary, Mr. Teko, who came to Turkana, and I was part of that team. And I remember instructing to sink 2 boreholes so that the livestock and the communities around can be able to enjoy. Because the community said when they struck the water, they used the water, and they and their livestock used the water. So they didn't see why we should not be able to use that water. So that is why the permanent secretary gave that instructions. But so far, even the county cannot walk there and begin sinking boreholes, because that is beyond, it is above their responsibility. So that will bring some clash between the county government and national government.
That said, the people of Nanam still seek for intervention before it is too late.
Tunalilia serikali wetu wa Kenya atuone mwezi kabla hii mwezi hakuna watu watakuwa hapa.
We set off for another area within Turkana West, Lotikipi ward. Also grappling with the dry spell that has so far affected 23 out of the 47 counties nationally. The seasonal rivers, locally known as lager, now all dried up and serving as passageways across the villages. The thirsty river almost claiming our vehicle. Across the lager, the search for water continues. Akare is what locals here call this water well. Residents tell us they have been at it for a week or so. The digging out of sand and excavation of water meticulously done at the same time to ensure that both the animals and human needs are met. The hotter it gets, the levels of water reduce, hence the need to keep digging deeper in pursuit of the water. A few meters away from this Akare lives Mzee Loyan Yaram. We're told that he is one of the many around this area that has lost a lot of his livestock to the stinging drought. His compound littered with dry hide, an indication of perhaps the number of animals lost in this compound. The bleating of kids whose mothers are long gone. The family of Mzee Loyan gathers under this tree. Their faces a reflection of the struggle that is their life. Mzee Loyan owned over 400 animals, both sheep and goats, enough to fill this shed. But 7 months later into the drought, Mzee Loyan has no animals to call his own, and the few left are almost leaving him.
Sasa hii kitu ndio alikuwa mali yetu. Ndio alikuwa mpuko yetu kabisa. Benki yetu ya koli. Na pile Jalali anamaliza hivi. Basi sisi wenyewe utakusha na hii mali.
The National Drought Management Authority has issued an alert of prolonged drought, warning that the situation could get worse than the one in 2011. Residents here say this reality may come to Turkana West sooner than expected.
Mungu ndio alikuwa imani yetu. Na kwa vile Mungu anamwaga hizi, basi hakuna mali tapeleka machozi. Tafadhali kwa kisema koli. Hakuna mali tapeleka machozi. Kwa sababu mali yetu ndio inaicha. Mimi naona. Sasa, hebu angalia. Kuna mtu analala siku 5 bila kukula chakula, mdomo na mkono kukutana.
Mungu ndiye anapatia mimi hii mali. Sasa Mungu tena alikuja kuchukua. Tena ngine. Kuna mali ngine sisi naenda. Kama hii mbuzi anaisha, hata mimi naisha. Na watoto wangu pia. Kama nyinyi ni watu, ya kusaidia watu. Enda ongelesha ile watu anatoma nyinyi. Watu fulani ameharibia. Ameisha na mbuzi yao, watu pia ameisha.
Gladys Gachanja, NTV.